I can answer a question, maybe not that one, but one that appeared here in the chat. Is about the wet bulb temperature is being more important than the actual temperature. And the thing is that sort of when the human body gets warm, we sweat, and in order to get colder. So when that water on our skin evaporates, it cools us a bit because it takes energy to evaporate water. Our skin is 35 degrees. And the wet bulb temperature is a combination that says something about both the temperature and the humidity in the air. So the wet bulb temperature is always lower than the temperature in itself. And it is that temperature where you have condensation. So it's a temperature when you get condensation on your glasses or condensation on the grass during the morning hours, for instance, because the ground is cooled off earlier than the air in itself. So you get condensation there. And the opposite works. So when you have condensation, energy is released to that body. So evaporation, it cools my skin. Condensation, it heats my skin. And if the wet bulb temperature, normally it's a lot lower than the temperature. So if the temperature is like 30 degrees, the wet bulb temperature can be 20 degrees. If the temperature is like 40 or 45 degrees, the wet bulb temperature still most of the time is lower than 35 at least. But as the wet bulb temperature goes beyond 35 degrees, so we will sweat because our body is sort of, that's a signal for our body to, you sweat and thereby it will cool you off. So you will sweat, but there will not be any evaporation of the moisture from your skin. Actually, the opposite will happen. So you will have condensation from the air upon your skin because your skin is cooler than the wet bulb temperature. So that will not only help the sweating being out when the wet bulb temperature is above 35, is not only not will cool you off, but you actually will gain energy on your skin as you have condensation of that water vapor. And that's going to kill you after a while.